Hey, good evening, all. So I know it's already end of a day, and I would not take much of your time and keep you feel happy. So I'm from Bosch, as I work as a senior architect here. So I've come from an area of connectivity area. So what we try to do and what we try to solve the problem. If we can go to the next slide. Okay, so we understood that there's a lot of gaps in the MedTech industry, where we understood that 90% of the data in the MedTech industry is not being used or consumed properly. And there are also a lot of issues in terms of MedTech industry, because since it's not connected, there's a lot of recalls. Companies actually spending a lot of money in terms of seeing that the device is not up, so they have to pay back. A lot of issues are there. So some of the issues what you could see is there is a lot of failures happening in the medical device industry. Could be there is some software patches not being updated on time, which led to a lot of fines from the government. So there are quite increasing costs for the MedTech company because their devices are not connected. And some of the reasons which we see through is on the medical recalls is about, there are three primary reasons we see. One is there's a design of a medical device probably is not in line, so MedTech company has to recall. And secondly is some of the non-conforming components which they are part of the device, which also led to a recall. And we see 28% of the recalls are only because of software updates. Now, we have seen over the time that from last 10 years, software is heavily being used in the medical device. And this is leading to one of it. So, and now, there's also one of our statistics from the industry is that there's a huge investment also happening in the MedTech industry, and we see at least 68 to 70% of all the MedTech devices will be connected by 2025. So this is what we have as statistics. So now, how are we leveraging this? So Bosch has developed a vendor-neutral platform, which is called as a VivoSuite. We have 3 modules as of now here. What we could see here one is called as VivoSuite devices, primarily for managing the medical devices. So we know we have a medical device, and there's a life of medical device where it needs to get an identity, and further on it has to be managed as a fleet across various hospitals in various regions. And there is a software which probably have to be flashed in, because now that's where they could benefit, because they don't have to really have a huge service network of team globally for only doing the software rollouts across the devices. And next is VivoSuite Clinical. So this is also an abstract clinical platform where you can manage data. So this data is wide. It can be a vital, it can be an image from a diagnostics device, or it could be some kind of a video from another device. And also, this is purely for managing the clinical data, and also a workflow, which is again could be configured on the fly. And most of it all is we have something called as an algorithms and a cloud. So any let's say a MedTech company which wants to leverage in terms of hosting their algorithms could leverage this. So Bosch is also doing it. Why Bosch went into this mode was having our deep learning algorithms on a medical device could tightly bound the device to work only for a particular cause. So now what Bosch has done was they have reduced their investment on the device, and they've invested their GPUs on the cloud. So our algorithm runs on the cloud, and our device only acts as a platform. Today it would scan the blood, tomorrow it can scan the skin and any other different parts and all. That's how you leverage. And now, why is VivoSuite business? It's all about commercializing your algorithms. So in the past, we understand that the medical industry or medtech companies used to heavily rely on the consumables. With the current invent of a lot of ML and AI algorithms, how can this be possible? It's all through our business, where you can monetize your algorithms as the consumables. Yep, so I've just tried to bring in the various stakeholders in the VivoSuite whole journey. It is the medtech company where we can see are the one who actually provides an identity, because that's where we call as a source of truth. And then the journey starts in terms of medtech being completely managing whole fleet and distributors. I think in medtech industry, we also see a distributor playing a major role, because he's the one who's actually dealing with the hospitals. So he's the one who actually takes care of really enabling all such activities. And next is the device user. The complete clinical data is all available on the cloud for him. And in the bottom, we could see the 4 Bosch devices, which are currently working or using VivoSuite for their complete journey. Yep. That's all. Thank you.